so I'm calling Amazon.com again because I still haven't received my full order. I have items missing.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead, Debbie.
This is the second time I've called, and the second time I'm recording this call. I did not receive the full order. I received one pump instead of two. It says it was delivered October 23rd. One pump came, the other one didn't.
I really apologize for this missing item, Debbie. Let me just go ahead.
And I've contacted the virtual support twice regarding this, and I called you, and now this is the second time I've had to call you. So, are you stealing my orders, or are you purposely not putting everything in, or because this is like purposeful neglect at this point?
Actually, this specific item, Debbie, is coming from a third-party seller. It's actually not coming directly from Amazon.com.
Okay, I just want it fixed. How do I get it fixed so I can receive the full order? Otherwise, you have to refund me.
Regarding that one, I do need, or the only option that we do have here is for us to contact the third-party seller here.
Okay.
Debbie. By the way, may I know what would you prefer, like a replacement or a refund?
I need the entire order. I'm missing one pump, so I would like the pump that I'm missing sent to me. Yes.
I see. Alright. So I'll be placing the call on hold here, Debbie. I'll just contact the third-party seller here to request for a replacement to be processed as soon as possible, okay?
Okay.
So would that be fine with you if I place the call on hold? Don't worry, Debbie. I will not do the same thing as what the representative did to you, like disconnect.
You're completely you hung up on me because I was recording you. Well, what do you expect when you have when you have items missing and then you hung up on me? Was that really professional? Clearly that's not professional. You hung up on me. Was it? I think I talked to you yesterday.
Me? Actually, this is the first time that I had this contact.
Okay, well, I'm trying to get the other item that I ordered, and I've never had an issue with Amazon. They're normally pretty good, but now items are missing. Okay, so this is
here, so just stay connected, okay?
Yeah, and I called on Sunday, and I talked to the virtual assistant, and they said they were going to call me back. They didn't call me back, and then I talked to you yesterday, and now I'm talking to you again. So I think this is four times now that I've tried to reach out to customer service just to receive an item that I paid for that I didn't get. So if you call that customer service, then I'm sorry, that's really not customer service.
I will make sure to put that one in my documentation about what happened to the previous contacts here. But yeah, I will make sure to report this one or to contact our third-party seller to have it fixed. Okay?
Okay, I just need one more pump that I paid for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I'll be requesting that one here. So just stay connected. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. Thank you.
Okay, I have no idea if I'm talking to the real Amazon. I've never been told anything about, it's a third party, so we gotta, normally they can quickly look it up, and you know how they leave you a picture of what they dropped off? The picture showed it was one tiny box, and it was only one pump in there. It was just a tiny box like this, okay? And you know how they show you the pictures of the box dropped off and stuff? Yeah, it was just a tiny box. And so clearly the two pumps weren't in there. And so if it was the real Amazon, normally what they do is they look up the picture of what was dropped off, the package. And then they're like, well, because that's why they have the Amazon delivery people take a picture of what was dropped off. And this was a small package. There's no way that two of them could have been in there. So she could have clearly looked that up, but instead she's giving me this runaround like she's got to contact a third party. Okay, I've never had this happen with Amazon before, so this is what it's real fishy. But the other thing I wanted to mention since I'm on the phone here is that there's another thing I found out about that happened with the local police here, and I just did a video today. I have them stalking me again. The Golden Valley Police are driving by, and an unmarked sheriff again, or an unmarked, who knows. See, they don't have markings, and they're supposed to have at least some markings, and that's the other reason why I knew that that was shady. And the only reason why they normally have unmarked police in a neighborhood is if there's like gang related stuff and they have to do detective work.
Hello, Debbie.
Yeah. Yes.
Hi there. Thank you so much for patiently waiting on the other line. So I already contacted our third-party seller here. I already informed them that you received one pump instead of two pumps.
Okay.
Also, I already informed them that you wanted a replacement, and I put an urgency to process it as soon as possible.
Okay.
I already informed them as well to contact you about the replacement that they will be processing. So please keep an eye to your email within 24 to 48 hours, because our third-party seller will be contacting you about the replacement, okay?
Okay. Okay, I'll be documenting this whole thing. I didn't receive any email from you yesterday, and you hung up on me yesterday. So, so I'll be looking for the email. And is the item going to be sent out? Because it was supposed to be delivered October 23rd, and I still haven't gotten it. I got one instead of two.
You will be contacted by our third-party seller, Debbie, about the replacement that they will be processing.
Oh.
So basically, I cannot provide you specific time when will you receive it, because it's them who will be processing it on their end.
Who's
Because
them?
the item is
Who is
your department.
who's them?
The name of the seller is Jet Water Systems, your healthy water source. That's the name of their company, or the seller's name.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll wait to hear. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much again for being so understanding. I will make sure to report the representative who assisted you yesterday. I already have the information here, so rest assured that this will be well taken care of. So would there be anything else, Becky, that I can further assist?
No, thank you.
Alright, you're welcome. So I won't take too much of your time. You have a great day and stay safe, okay?
Okay,
Bye-bye
thanks.
for now.
Okay, the number I've been calling, I don't know what the new number is for Amazon. It used to be a different number, but the number I'm calling to talk to these people is 1-888-280-4331. Is that not the number to Amazon? You know, because my calls get routed many times, and they get routed to these places I'm not even calling, and that's why I'm saying there's something called the Stingray that acts like a cell phone, and they can reroute your calls. So half the time I don't know if I'm really talking to the real customer service person, or if I'm talking to this place. They're in every state. It's called a fusion center, or it's called they're the Bureau of Criminal Investigation is what they call themselves, but what they really are there's call centers in there. And when I went in there, it was all covered in glass. Like, I mean, nobody, lots of security. You couldn't go in the glass doors. But they said, then when I walked up to the window and I said, well, what exactly do you do here? Oh, we do fingerprinting and background checks. Okay. I've never heard of this place. And it looks like a call center to me. If it was like a public building for fingerprinting and stuff like that, it would be more. There would be more of a public area for waiting room area. No, there was just like a small little waiting area, but like a big area with a call center. No, it didn't look like anything like it said. They said they were supposed to be. They're in every state. So I believe that this is where all of our scams are. I believe that my calls, I don't know about now. I don't know if this is the real Amazon. I don't know. But in the past, I have had my calls transferred to these places called that work with the CIA. They're called fusion centers. And I believe that the real name for them is the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, the one in St. Paul. And there's a big one in South Dakota as well. And what they do is they collect, like they're constantly collecting all of your information. Okay, so they're in big databases at these fusion centers, and then they're not using it for your favor. They're using it to steal from us. That's where all your scams come from. They scam the elderly. They scam, like that one phone call that I got from Conscious Life Expo that was trying to say that there was Conscious Life Expo, but it wasn't, and they were trying to collect the money for the booth. They have scammed people out of money. They work with fake collection companies, and they try to say that you owe on something that you've paid off prior. But if you don't save your paperwork, then they'll try to take the money out of your account again. So these are very dangerous people. Just because they're not murdering people, they may not be murdering people, but they are illegally stealing from people all the time. It is a fraud operation. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to mention is that I was talking to somebody about that whole incident with the unmarked police and everything the other day, and she was saying, you have to be careful, because there was another targeted individual, female, killed a few years back here, just point blank, in Minneapolis. Okay, so this happened on September 22nd, 2011. Women shot and killed by the police on 394. Okay, this is Hennepin County, Minnetonka, Minnesota. Woman is dead. An officer is on leave for a shooting that took place on an Interstate 394. So apparently this woman was a targeted individual like myself. I became on this list because I reported a crime. They found $2.7 million missing after I reported that crime in Arizona. And there was people that went to jail. So why am I considered a criminal on a targeted list? Because really the police are the criminals. And that's the whole point I'm trying to make. And the FBI are the criminals. Thursday, a Golden Valley police officer attempted to pull a woman over near Interstate 394 or 169. According to the police report, but it's always them against you, their word. Apparently, she was in possession of a handgun. She was in possession of a handgun. Oh, did it say she was actually pointing it at you? Well, maybe she had a license for a handgun. All it says is that she was in possession of a handgun, so the officer shot her. She died at the scene. Okay, well, maybe she had an actual license for the handgun, officer. Oh, so now it's illegal in Minnesota to even have a handgun, even if it's licensed? All it says is that she was in possession of a handgun. Okay, this is how crazy these people are. We have murderers as police officers. Murderers. Okay, I can't stress it enough. They are total psychopaths. They drive by here every day. And they're not using their police vehicles for public service. They are using it to stalk targeted individuals. And they're using it to make up stuff that isn't true and harass people that are innocent. So, they, and then as far as these unmarked vehicles, the other thing I found was something that happened in, there was a whole slew of different things, people that have gotten abducted in the past by these unmarked vehicles. Unmarked police, they were abducting people in Portland. And they were abducting people in Portland, Oregon. I'll read the report here. Okay. Federal officers use unmarked vehicles to grab people in Portland, Oregon. So this came out in 2020. And then in 2023, there was a man that was abducting several women that was posing as an undercover cop in Seattle. Okay. In 2020, agents are deployed to Oregon City amid anti-police protests. Okay, yeah. This was in, yeah, Oregon to sue federal agencies after this happened. Yeah, they had, okay, so an unmarked minivan pulls up in front of them, these girls, I guess, and the federal law enforcement officers, they were using unmarked vehicles to drive around downtown Portland and detain protesters. Okay, so there was protesters protesting something, and then they were going around detaining him and basically kidnapping him in these vans. They were driving up to people, detaining individuals with no explanation about why they were being arrested, and driving off with them in an unmarked van. And, okay, so these unmarked vehicles have been used for very shady things in the past. Officers from U.S. Marshals Special Operations Group and U.S. Customs and Border Protection have been sent to Portland to protest federal property during the protests against racism and police brutality. Okay, so I don't know. It doesn't say what happened to these people. It says they were going around grabbing a bunch of women, you know. Well, it said protesters. And then it says that this one woman escaped from a cinder block cell in Oregon and may have saved others. Okay. One woman escaped her kidnapper by punching her way out of a cinder block cell at a home in southern Oregon, may have spared other women from a similar fate. She alerted authorities to a man that they now suspect is in sexual assaults in at least 4 more states. Okay, and so he was using an unmarked. She was kidnapped, chained, sexually assaulted, and locked in a cinder block cell. Okay, this was in Portland. Okay, and this guy was doing it in the Klamath Falls area. Okay, so he was doing it in several different states, it sounds like. Okay, and he was using an unmarked police vehicle to do it. Okay, so this is why I freaked out. And this type of thing happened there. I had heard about this, and in New York it happened as well. And that's why they got in trouble, and they can't use these unmarked vehicles anymore. In 2020, footage of a dramatic arrest shows plainclothes men grabbing a woman in an unmarked police. Stuff like that. Hi. So this is just something I wanted to warn people about. That's why I was so freaked out about that unmarked vehicle. Okay, so anyway, this is just my one of the roommates here that live here, and so anyway, but normally it does, and it also doesn't make any sense because this is not like a neighborhood that has a lot of crime. Normally I would see, maybe it's not so unusual if it's if it's like a lot of gang related, drug related areas like of Minneapolis or certain, but this is a nice suburban neighborhood here, so it doesn't make any sense why there would be any unmarked vehicles around here. It is they are completely using it for illegal things, and I believe that if I didn't have my video, and there was also people around recording that saw me pulled over, I believe I would have been abducted. I don't trust these people. He wasn't even in a normal police vehicle with any markings at all. You're at least supposed to have some kind of state markings. Okay, so, just be very aware of these type of things. This is really scary.